Got it? Recording in progress. Are we ready, LaShondra? Yes. Greetings, I'm Gloria Jenkins, past president of the South Metro Democratic Women's Council. The organization's purpose is to create awareness and facilitate support for various social issues and programs that concern women in the South Metro surrounding areas. Today, I have the pleasure of introducing candidate incumbent Councilman Roderick Gay. He is a councilman in the city of College Park. And our first question, Councilman Gay, is tell us a little bit about yourself. What is it you think what is it you want us to know that you think we don't know?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me, and I appreciate all the hard work that your organization does and what you've done as the president rather. Well, what I would like for people to know about me is that I am a fourth generation Atlanta native, educated at HBCU Tuskegee, went on to do a career in healthcare and in environmental health. And I got into politics probably about 20 years ago here in the city of College Park. And during that time, I was blessed to raise an amazing family, a wife that we have 3 amazing children. Our oldest boy, Blake, finished Morehouse and Columbia. Our daughter just went to Ole Miss, and we have a son in Fulton County School. So having said that, I think I share a lot of the values and beliefs of a lot of the citizenry in Fulton County at large.
Okay, and why are you running for re-election? Are you satisfied with your record, or is there something you want to continue? The reason that you are running again?
Well, I've been in this seat for 6 years. I feel the last 3 years of the late Honorable Charles Phillips in a special election, I ran for a full term and actually received more votes in the city's history. But the reason why I'm running is this is actually my last term should I be elected. I actually consider this my last 4-year term. There is a capital project that I believe my community could benefit from, our city could benefit from, and that's what you call a community center. And it's not just a community center just for a building, but I look at it like a livable center. And the reason why, Ms. Jenkins, is because I represent a very marginalized community. My demographics is basically female head of households at or below poverty. I represent Title I schools. Again, my demographics is predominantly African-American women at or below poverty. We do have a block of very older residents who are very prominent people. They gave a tremendous amount of value to our community, our city, and even our nation. But as they age, we have a new demographics that's approaching. So having said all of that, one of the things that I've really wanted to see accomplished amongst the many, many, many things that we've been able to get done, it is a livable center. And that would be kind of a finishing point to my legacy, and to have established fundamental practices in politics, particularly in College Park, to where other people can run with a fair playing field. You may not know that I filed 3 election complaints over the last 20 years, just in my belief, to get College Park to have a fair election playing field. That was what I believe used to be a lot of irregularities. So having said that, we've also made our ward one of the largest voting blocks in the city. When I first ran, you wouldn't get but about a 20% average of voters nationwide, and the national average is around 40. Well, under my leadership, we were able to become the largest voting bloc. Now, that doesn't mean they always vote for me, but the point is we've engaged our citizenry, we've empowered them with facts, we've just became a steward of their needs. And so want to finish the term and want to see a few more capital projects completed, because as you know, we have a new mayor and council, and they bring a different value and belief to council. And we're seeing a lot of movement and a lot of really proactive things getting done. So that's why I would love to have these next 4 years.
Okay. Due to COVID-19, what legislative priorities would you push or support?
Well, absolutely. Well, let me say that in March of last year, I was teaching at the Fulton County school system, and I was unable to continue due to COVID. And I also oversaw my own 2 children finish up their school here at home. We were fortunate enough to pass out or give out about 20 tons of food, PPE equipment. We were one of the first persons to get the shots for our seniors, those that were immunocompromised. I'm working closely now with our city, our county, to support landlords as well as tenants. They both have rights, they both have critical needs. So one of the legislative pieces that I hope that can be involved with is obviously anything under the CARES Act that would allow our city government to make spending and expenditures freely without a lot of bureaucracy. Rental assistance is another one, utility assistance that we've would like that legislation to continue. And finally, if we're able to get a infrastructure bill passed through the federal government, I absolutely would like to see small businesses, especially female head of household businesses, be the recipient of some of those monies that don't come with a lot of regulations that makes it hard to access. So those are the type of COVID legislation, continue booster vaccine shots, rental utility assistance, and small business assistance, as well as contracts and service providers under the infrastructure bill if it gets passed.
Okay, what, if any, special programs would you enact or have enacted for seniors and veterans? Any particular program you would like to see come into College Park, or you think of that you can bring to College Park?
Well, Ms. Jenkins, that's a great question. And I'm real excited to announce that I recently sponsored an action in College Park to exempt our seniors from paying the city property tax. Okay. We call it the Shirley Robinson Act. And she's a resident of mine, a very regal woman who told me that she didn't think that she should pay the city tax if she was fully exempt from Fulton County property tax. So we were able to get that action passed, and it passed unanimously. So what that means is that seniors who are on a fixed income, but what we've learned is that even though the city has passed it, we do have to now take this to our Georgia legislators, and it has to be put on the next upcoming session as a special local legislation for the city of College Park. So I'm going to really be pushing and praying and lobbying for that piece to get through for our seniors. The other piece that we have a really big need for is housing, stabilization, and remodeling. We have seniors who are not able to repair their homes. Fulton County had an amazing program that we would like it to continue and be continued funded. So I'm going to be co-sponsoring an action for that as well.
Okay, so that's what your constituents can look for. as an incumbent, what is the one thing you are most proud of having been responsible for bringing to College Park?
Well, one of the things I brought to College Park, and I can't really answer that question with maybe one thing, but we brought a lot of common sense, transparency, just good old fashioned, what they call me an old school politician. Okay. Where I go, we just go out and we're right in the community. I mean, Ms. Jenkins, I probably have touched every door in my ward. I probably know every resident in my ward. I've probably gone to every home going in my ward. So just to be able to love on my constituents and not just be their councilman, but be their neighbor and be their friend and just be somebody who cares. It's just, to me, it's way more bigger than any vote projects that you got done. But we've been able to pave Herschel Road, pave Riverdale Road. We got sidewalks on Herschel Road. We have all new, the new lighting. We have streetscapes. If you visit Herschel, if you visit all our pockets now, you see streetscapes. We have a community garden house where garden is free. We have now just built a $650,000 splash pad through the Community Development Block Grant, where we had the groundbreaking on yesterday, where our chairman of Fulton County and the Community Development Block Grant leadership came out and through the groundbreaking with our mayor and our council members. So I'm just tremendously proud of what I've been able to do in just these 6 years.
Very good, very good. Now, how can your constituents get in touch with you? If they decide I need a yard sign or I want to make a donation, how would they get in touch with you?
Well, the best way to get in touch with me is, I'm not really advocating for them to get in touch with me so much for a yard sign or for a donation, because even though those are important tools in candidacy, I'm still their council member. And I just got an email from Pastor Richard Langford saying, it's amazing that you're still carrying on the great duties of a council member while you campaign. Basically, Ms. Jenkins, my only challenge, as my son Blake, who is a graduate of Columbia University in communications, tell me, your only challenge is just over communicate on what you've done. You just need to let people know how hard you and moms and us have sacrificed to give our community a quality of life. If we can just continue that message through my role as their council member, through those platforms, signs don't vote and the money is good, but the work that I've done is probably going to take care of itself.
All right, all right. Anything you want, any comment you want to make that I didn't ask you about in closing?
Well, running for office and wanting to be involved is a democratic process. Everybody has a right to want to serve. But, right now with COVID, with a new mayor and a new council member, and with all of the other challenges that our great College Park City faces, I don't think this is a good time to change the leadership, particularly the leadership of an incumbent who have done such an amazing job. I mean, it's very, very difficult to upseat an incumbent, particularly one that has just really done more than any record can show anywhere. So I just need my citizens to just, as the preacher say, don't look at me, just stop looking at me, forget me, just look at the work. And if you want somebody to continue to work hard in community on a part-time salary and continue to work as a full-time council member, if you want somebody who has the same values that you have, then the choice would just be very obvious. And those other people who want to come and run, there's a place in leadership for them. But until then, we need to work together as a community. We don't need to continue to divide and polarize our community, because United we stand, and Ms. Jenkins, divided we fall.
Thank you. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to be interviewed by the South Metro Democratic Women's Council. This interview is vital for the people and allows the community to get to know you personally and be enlightened by your platform. Good luck with your campaign and thank you again.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.